if you talk with like even drug dealers, right? Drug dealers will always tell you like the highest amount of drugs they sell is like private schools. Hello everyone.
And welcome
to the
Let's Talk Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Martin.
Simon here. And yeah.
Same people, same faces. Episode 5.
5, yeah. Mad, right?
It is.
It's crazy because on the last one you said on episode 100.
No, my God. Now you're going to be saying this for the next 95 episodes.
Episode 100.
No, I'm not doing anything on episode 100. Actually, I'm changing it.
Yeah.
Because it might be quicker or later.
Let's finish what you said.
On 1 million subscribers.
You said
you
will tell us a story.
Okay.
When you were the best friend of a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And you know.
I don't really want to talk about your ex-missus like that though.
Okay. All right.
Anyways.
Let's move on.
Let's not talk about the past. Let's talk about the future.
Yeah, we just came back from holiday.
Tunisia.
It was good.
We have so much to talk about. So much. First question you ask is, how was it? We'll reply, it was shit.
It wasn't.
Second question you're going to ask is, why shit? We say, because it was good. This is the thing I've been saying. It was so good, it was so shit.
Yeah, but don't you...
And it was so shit, it was so good.
It's only once we came back I've realised how good it was.
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, when we were there, I didn't feel it that way.
No, I didn't.
I was so happy to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Not personally, like, because I wanna go back, like it was so terrible.
Yeah.
It was just like I kind of missed like a routine. I kind of miss recording this, you know.
Yeah, same.
We slacked a little bit on this, you know, and I do enjoy working, for example, you know. So I wanted to go back home to my own bed and just relax.
Yeah.
However, it was good. But it's not for everyone.
No.
And this is what people have to understand before going to Tunisia, for example.
I think, yeah, if you go to Tunisia, if you go with your friends, do it. I think it's fun, it's jokey. If you go with a girlfriend or a boyfriend...
So you should have said, if you're going with friends, but you're male. If it's a boys group.
Of course.
Because if you're a girl and you're going with girlfriends, 3 girls, you're not going to enjoy it.
It's harassment, right?
I mean, the harassment there is crazy. Now, it's not harassment because people are mean. Mm-hmm. It's not harassment because people genuinely want to harass you. It's just a way of life. And I understand the hustle. The hustle is we want money. Yeah, the hustle is London people have money. You're from London. Brother, you're from Europe. You can afford this place. Yeah. No problem. That's the harassment. So if you're boys group, go Tunisia. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you're girls group, go Spain.
If you stay in a resort...
Oh, yeah. Then you're safe.
You'll be fine. The thing is, it's not like we're saying it's unsafe to go out there.
No.
We found it's relatively safe, but it's just dodgy in some areas, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't know what to expect. It's a
different culture.
Very different culture.
Different, like... It's very hard for me to explain it, but people just move different. They just act different. Talk to you different. Obviously, you're still respected as a tourist, but they see you as a big ass banknote.
Yeah.
And there's no prices anywhere. People are everywhere just to grab you. You know, it's all financial. It's just all about money. It's all financially driven.
The only way they make money is through the tourists, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, you would expect going to a place like Tunisia where it's relatively cheap comparison to Europe,
mm-hmm.
but it's not.
No,
right? It might be.
No, not at all.
It is when you're not in the tourist areas.
Yeah.
But as soon as you go into tourist areas, they change prices. As you just mentioned before, you go into shops and there's no price tags.
Mm-hmm.
And that only means one thing. They see you and they give you a price based on how do you look.
Yeah.
You present yourself a certain way. If you present yourself like you have money, you're going to pay well. If you present yourself like you have no money, they might give you a cheaper price.
So it's your fault we spend that much. Because if you actually slept on the beach like you used to sleep in the park as a nitty,
Yeah.
then everything would be dirt cheap. But it's I don't know. I struggle to find words. People all the time now ask me, is this period now, the first week or 2 weeks back after holiday, it's like, oh, how was it? It was not bad. It was actually great, but it was actually shit.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to me explain. The hotel. Oh, well, do you know what I got to say? I got to say this. This is the main thing, because now you can build kind of your own storyline.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah, go for it.
You go to a local shop. You don't have cash. You can pay by card.
Yeah.
Pay at the hotel reception. You go to the local disco. You don't have cash. They don't accept card because they don't have the terminals. No problem, brother. You can pay at the reception. Questionable, but okay. You go to like this market 2 kilometers away from the hotel. The hotel will take you to that market for free. Because, oh, bro, you're all inclusive. You can take the taxi for free. Okay, well, thank you, right? You go there. You don't have cash, because I don't think carrying cash sometimes is safe. You know.
No.
And they'll be like, oh, brother, no problem. Pay at reception. Like, what do you mean? Like, everything is linked.
It's crazy how like it's all so connected. If you have no money on you, they'll just tell you, go back to the hotel and pay at the reception. It's all going through a single account.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Who's in charge of that account? I want to meet that person.
Yeah.
That must be some boss.
And what's interesting with the way they sell things, they don't do a great job at marketing. They almost make you feel bad for not buying it.
Oh, yeah. Like a guy with a drink.
Yeah.
Take this drink. It's our culture. You need to take the drink. Okay, we don't want to be rude, especially as soon as someone mentions culture. You know, it's very easy to be rude to someone, like if you say no now. So, yeah, okay, thank you for the drink, right? And now people are like, oh, airplane. And now people will be like, oh, they're like, you got to buy it. And they'll just look at you. They'll just stand next to you. Like, you can't say no. Mm-hmm. Like, in a normal shop, I don't want to use a civilized country, but in the richer countries, right? If you go in England to JD,
yeah,
you look at the shoes. They will approach you, customer service wise. Yeah. Do you need anything? We can help you out. Mm-hmm. Do you want to try some sizes? Nah, mate, I'm just looking. Okay, no worries. Give me a shout.
Yeah.
They leave you alone, and you can literally leave the shop. People are watching you 24/7. You walk through the street. You're trying to just get from A to B. Every single shop, restaurant will stop you. Be like, come on in. Like, how many restaurants can I visit in a day?
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It is a problem. Another problem is it's very staged. And what I mean by staged is you come in and it's almost like that. Well, it's not paradise, but it's a pretty looking location, right? Mm-hmm. Where your hotel is and everything around. Mm-hmm. But we had the opportunity to go outside of that tourist area.
Right? And
it's not what it seems to be like.
I mean, even the first initial drive from the airport to the hotel, right? Mm-hmm. You're going through some. If you ever played Call of Duty, you're literally driving through like a mission.
We were saying this, right?
That's what we're saying, and it's like abandoned house, shop.
Yeah, the driver doesn't care.
No, doesn't care at all. Goes through every red light. Mm-hmm. It doesn't stop anywhere.
No, and speed limits don't exist.
No. The speed limits is just for the show off. I think because the law says we put the sign but don't follow it. Mm-hmm. What baffled me the most is like we're going from the airport to the hotel, and we're looking at the time 2 a.m. and in the middle of the street, one random shop opened. In the circumference of like a kilometer radius, right? There's not a single building that's active. Mm-hmm. Like no houses, no nothing. That one shop in the middle just stands, and I don't want to call it dodgy people because they might be lovely people, right? But at 2 a.m, 4 dodgy looking people sitting there smoking cigarettes outside the shop. Like, what are you doing there?
Yeah.
Like, it's 2 a.m. There's no one coming for the shop.
Exactly.
So it is a shock factor.
It is, yeah.
I mean, for me, still, the best thing about this holiday is that it's in Africa. Like, I got my stamp and passport. Yeah. It's a new continent. I've never been to Africa. but it's not Africa.
No.
Like the Africa that you can see on like YouTube.
National Geography, right?
Yeah, like you're not gonna see elephants or like lions, right?
No.
It's very what I describe as like Tunisia is like a kind of like Middle East country mixed with like
Trying to be
European now. So I enjoyed it fully. Like now thinking about it, I would like to go back. Not as in another holiday, but like I would like this holiday to last 2 more days or 3 more days. Just you know, you wake up at whatever time you want. You do whatever. Well, I can't really describe the food. I mean, I'm a Hoover, but as you can see, I'm a Hoover. But the food was. You can say about food because I eat anything.
The food was questionable, right? It was.
Questionable is a big word.
I don't think it was fresh. I think it was just leftovers from the day before and the day before, and they just kept them being mixed with
fresh.
But then we had the 4-star hotel.
Yeah, but that's the thing. A lot of people from Europe, when you hear 4-star hotel, you're literally saying like you can have one better option hotel, which is 5-star. You can't get better than that. So 4-star is high. I believe in Tunisia, 4-star is like...
Oh yeah, their 4-star level is a lot lower.
Yeah.
But we realize that with everything. Everything that they classify as high standard, we classify as low standard. Right?
And it's sad, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's sad that the life difference between countries. I mean, you know, people complain about England, for example, like the cost of living, the minimum wages, etc., etc. But like people there struggle. And thinking about 4-star hotel, which is... for us, poor standard, and we're not even like a bourgeoisie. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not rich. We're just normal people, and it's poor.
Yeah,
the alcohol kind of killed me off the most, though. The beer was okay.
Yeah, the beer was good, but like vodka, all the spirits seemed like they were just mixed with water. But I just think it's a very common thing you have within hotels in general, right? So that's.
But you said you've been to Portugal.
Yeah.
And they rather put you more alcohol in a drink to get you drunk quicker so you don't order that much. Done.
But then in Portugal we had a really, really nice hotel.
And you paid more?
A lot more.
But it was more worth it because we've spent more than you've paid more.
I've made a decision to myself. Next time I go, I'm tired with those like budget trips. Because we have a few of them now. And they're funny because we go with boys, you know? We mess around. Yeah. But next holiday, I don't want to go with boys, you know?
Okay.
So
Fuck you.
I'm definitely not going for budget.
Yeah, I think if let's say you're going on holiday twice a year, let's say, or 3 times, spend £100 more.
Yeah.
Or £150 more. Just at the end of the day, travel is investment in yourself as well.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself because you're going to go there for a week. I reckon if we spend £500 for a holiday, because we spend £350 per person. If we spend £500 per person, it would have been so much better. But we ended up going to Tunisia, £350 per person, but we spent like £700.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We only went there because we were like, okay, listen, we're paying £300. We're going to Africa for £300, including the flights, hotel, transfer, whatever.
It's stupid.
So we just went for it. Yeah. And the thing is, for the price, amazing. Especially like if you go in with boys. Oh yeah.
It can only be banter. You can't really go with boys and be sad. It's just banter.
That's the thing.
So for £350, it's crazy. It's crazy good experience.
But yeah, I think I enjoyed it a lot. Like the biggest reason why I value the holiday is because I've seen a country that really struggles. You know, I've been around Europe in different countries, right? And I've seen countries that are not necessarily doing well financially, right? But it wasn't that bad. But this was bad. You know, when I've seen those, you know, you can see kids wearing tops that they've probably had for years. Yeah. You can see kids wearing tops that have not been washed in years.
It humbles you a little bit.
Yeah. You can see the rubbish, the animals not taken care of, right?
Oh, that dog killed me.
The dogs, or even like
broke my heart.
What's it called? The camels, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right, you can see that they're just being used for business, right? And it just shows you that where we are in Europe, we have it well. You know, and I think with these sort of holidays, when you go to poor countries, do it because it's eye-opening. You know, you learn, it humbles you a little bit, and you like. I'm telling you, as soon as we came back, we even said it, right? well, we live in Southampton, which is not like an amazing city, but it is a pretty big city. I was like, how, like,
Wow. The wow factor is crazy. Like the traffic lights work. We're like, yo.
Everything, you know?
Colours.
Like there's roads everywhere.
Yeah.
There's pavements everywhere.
Yeah, buildings.
It's relatively taken care of, you know? Everyone's relatively clean, you know? It's so much different. It's same with cars, you know? Over here, people just have decent cars, right? Whereas over there, it was just poor.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's sad. I mean, the cars that we've been driving in, I mean, like, they're literally like, you can feel the clutch burning. You can feel the cars are falling apart. The rust is eating them. And it's like, that car is the only thing they can afford to make business. Yeah. And it's sad. But it's definitely eye-opening. And I enjoyed the trip overall. What was one thing that you enjoyed the most?
One thing that I enjoy the most is not...
Breakfast.
No, we haven't done breakfast one.
I've done.
The thing I enjoy the most is not related to Tunisia at all. It's just being able to wake up at whatever time I want and be able to do literally anything in relation to laziness that I wanted to do.
So on last episode, I've mentioned that you're going to be the alarm clock.
No, I was not.
You were not. Okay, so we reversed that. You was not alarm clock. I was thinking he's going to be at 6:30 a.m. shower, shouting, wake up. No, Simon was sleeping till 12 every day.
But I also said that on the previous episode, how like the thing I'm looking most forward to is just being able to wake up without the alarm. You know? Yeah,
but I thought you're going to be the alarm. But no. I was waking up sometimes earlier than you, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like to wake up. And also we're gonna drop your phrase here. You're gonna edit it in. You know which one, right? We're gonna edit that in.
Which one. You mentioned it.
So that's now. You were touching me all the time, right?
Yeah.
You said, "Oh yeah, if you touch me once, yeah, slap."
Yeah, but I did correct myself after
We should put some of my Snapchat videos of you here as well. No, we're not going to do that.
Okay, so let me explain, okay?
There's no explanation.
Let me explain, okay?
I mean, you were just moving fruity and that's fine.
Yeah, I was moving mad.
But it's good. Like, that's what we should be here for.
We're a couple of best mates, right?
Yeah.
On holiday. We have a bed next to each other.
Yeah.
And we're doing nothing all day.
Absolute excuses.
Right?
Absolute excuses.
And then you're laying there with your big belly out and your tits out. I just had to grab it. And
last time you called me fat, yeah, the short has been shadow banned.
Okay, so, puffy. Puffy belly.
Yeah. Thank you. That's going to be shadow banned as well. It's not tits as well. It's breasts, if anything. But for me, it's pecs. They're just not shaped yet. Like, do you know what I mean? And also, we just had winter. I've built some like extra layer of skin to keep me warm. Summer haven't even started in the UK, so I still got time. Summer body spending. That's fine. Anything. Yeah, you were grabbing me, moving fruity, but that's fine. Excuses, yeah, we're friends, blah blah blah. But I've done my bits as well, because I'm no help, you know.
No.
When I saw you moving a bit sideways, then I joined in the fun, you know.
Yeah, you twisted my cap. Yeah.
Yeah. Roman didn't do anything fun with us.
No,
he had a bed. So like when we had the room, we obviously ended up sleeping together.
Yeah,
and then Roman was like here, so he was in a safe zone from us.
Yeah, well, you were on my bed. First,
no, you were on my bed every single day. You taking the way Simon sleeps, right? So if you got a single bed, and I got a single bed, I sleep like this, and Simon sleeps like this. So
yeah. Oh, I don't know.
You do know. Oh my days, you do know. You're waking up in the morning on my side of the bed. You know.
Another thing, okay?
Okay.
You said that I was supposed to be the alarm clock, right?
Yeah.
And I was.
Yeah. But it wasn't you. It was your body on mine.
I was coughing like crazy.
Oh my.
I was going through... I thought I'm going to die.
One thing that I will never forget about Tunisia. This guy, it's not coughing no more. It's barking.
Barking.
Dog, absolute dog, crazy. I mean, whole night. Like, yeah, well, he was ill. I luckily didn't catch no illness.
No one did.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Crazy. This guy would go all day without single cough, and at night, German Shepherd. I mean, I'm next to him. I'm like, yo, what's going on? It's 2 a.m. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just falling asleep. Like, he's sleeping for an hour because we've been obviously drinking. Let's say 2 a.m. We're going to bed. I'm still in that zone now. I'm like scrolling through TikTok. I'm like, what's going on?
I was testing you guys as well.
No, you didn't test nothing.
No, man, listen, I would...
You didn't test nothing.
I would cough gently and no one would respond, so I was like, cough more. If no one was responding at all, I would just went full auto mode, mate.
He bought what's it called? Cough syrup. He bought a bottle. The advised dose is like 30 milliliters every 4 hours. He drank half a bottle.
Yeah, because it works.
So it's it links to one of our topics today about your cough medicine. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy because I finally had a holiday with a dog. So.
Yo,
I didn't know that the airlines we took allowed me to have my German Shepherd with me on the flight next to me, but he was there.
Okay.
He was very quiet throughout the whole journey. Then we arrived to Tunisia, barking.
But then
sees me on the other side of the bed. I mean, on the second to last night, he woke up. I remember I wasn't sleeping. I don't know why, but like, let's say we finished drinking at like 2 a.m. and around 3 a.m. I still wasn't sleeping. Like Roman was there sleeping. You fell asleep.
Yeah.
Only for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And I'm just going through Facebook. And I'm like, okay, do you know what? Time to bed. I put my phone down. I didn't know what's going on. My dog got possessed.
Possessed? Bro.
Curled up in a ball.
You should have helped me.
No, because I was scared, man. I don't know what demons touch you. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, in a ball, barking heavily. He started having some spasms, like you just moving mental. You woke up and you went to the toilet.
But do you think I was conscious, bro? Maybe I woke up.
Yeah, you woke up, you walked to the toilet. I was pretending I'm asleep because I don't want to help you.
That was my survival senses, bro. I had no input.
My survival senses were like, yeah, just go to bed.
Okay.
I didn't want to help you.
Okay. Maybe I was.
But it's extra experience, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I was that character.
Tunisia is a pet-friendly country.
But don't forget, we had Conor McGregor with us.
Oh.
Our friend Roman.
Conor McGregor.
We introduced him on the other episode.
Yeah.
How we said no stereotypes, but full stereotypes.
Yeah.
He's Russian, he drinks a lot.
Oh, my days.
And this guy wanted to fight everyone.
And the thing about him, right? Imagine yourself out there, right? Imagine, just put in your head, you're going to Tunisia as a 3-man squad. And now, you don't know the country. Actually, deeper than that, it's a separate continent.
Yeah.
I mean, we're somewhere.
And it's a Muslim, right?
Yeah. So it's like the culture is so much different, right? Like, we're coming there. You can see we're typical white boys. Eastern Europe white boys.
Yeah.
And we're stepping into where different continent, different country, different culture, different religion, everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy first thing goes to the shop and he meets some people, gets friendly with them, and now he's hopping in a taxi with them to buy alcohol 3 kilometers away from a city. And I'm like, do you want me to come with you? He's like, no, don't worry, I'm on a mission. Don't worry about it. And comes back after like 30 minutes with a bottle of Jack Daniels. He's like, yeah, I made it. It's cool. It was cheap. It was like 20 quid. Puts on the table. Let's drink. Like, no stereotypes. Like, this guy was on a mission. He done it twice, and then we realised that.
No, we had to match his energy in some ways, right?
Oh, of course. You matched it with barking. I matched it with just looking after you lot. Especially on the last day when I didn't drink.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
No, yeah. But it was fun because as soon as, I think as a boys' holiday, as soon as you kind of get around the local people, this is the best part. When you start being friendly with the local people, they are very friendly towards you. Because they understand your vibes as well. And like when we bought the traditional Muslim clothing,
yeah,
we spent too much on that, by the way. We've spent about £220 on three sets of like, I don't know what it's called.
I don't even know.
Yeah, but like
traditional
dresses kind of thing, right?
Yeah. For
men. £220, I know they scammed us. I mean heavily. I mean, I paid 300 of the local currency, and then these two paid for 400 because bargain.
Discount, right?
Discount.
But the thing is, we went to a hotel, like.
You can actually put a picture if you know how to edit. Put a picture of us, yeah.
But we went to a hotel which was basically, I would say mostly families, maybe no kids, but just like couples, you know? And then you have 3 idiots like us walking, right? We don't match anyone's energy. No. We're just different. Everyone knew that. Because everyone that worked there, they just identified us straight away.
Yeah.
You know, they would walk up to us. They would know what we're up to. We were even invited to the club before we even opened.
Yeah.
To have a look around.
And to be taken picture of.
For the promos.
In the dresses. For the promos behind the bar. So like they didn't ask for no IDs. They probably know we're above 18. I mean, we all look now. Yeah. But, you know, they just put us in the club. The club's still shut. The owner sees us. Oh, my God. Boom. Quick hug. Quick shake of hands. Stand there. I'm holding some World Cup trophy. I'm drunk. I'm like, what is going on? Do you know what I mean? And these people are just like, stand there, picture, picture. I'm like, they're going to charge me for the pictures. No, they used it for themselves. We're going to be out there, you know, like we're trying to be out here in UK being famous, but we're famous in Tunisia. So it was good. I mean, price was good. Food was questionable, as you said. Alcohol was dead. But if you buy your own alcohol, it's cool. Yeah. Overall, for £350, boys' holiday, a person.
Good.
Bargain. Just do it. You will regret it when you're there, but you're going to have unforgettable memories when you come back.
Yeah. It was so bad it was good.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I keep on telling people. Yeah. It's so bad it was good.
Yeah.
And I loved it. But enough of Tunisia. Yeah. We've done a little advertisement.
So much more we could add to it. But...
Oh my God, yeah. But what happens in Tunisia stays in Tunisia. Cause apparently so. So I've deleted all the pictures anyways. It's no proof no more. It's all here. We're going to die with these memories. I think I deleted them. Anyways. Topic. We don't have much topics today.
No, we have. We want to talk about the trip a little bit because we thought, yeah, people should know. There's a few relatable stories, I guess. And yeah, we just thought it's just such a decent topic to talk about. Yeah, there's so much that happens, so why not? Well, at the end of the day, we spend a week together.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
So there's definitely something to talk about.
Oh, there'll be so much more. I can make a whole episode if we were going into details. If we just
like the quads, like.
Shall we leave? I don't want to leave the quads for the next episode though, but we need to mention it. Yeah, we need to mention it.
That's amazing. We're on a quad trip.
I forgot about the quads.
Yeah, we were on a quad trip around Tunisia. That's where we saw all the poor areas of Tunisia. And
I get flashbacks from Vietnam.
Yeah, and one of the wheel popped off. Like it just fell off.
Well, so basically, long story short, it says on the quad, no under 16s on the quad.
Yeah, that's other stuff. Yeah,
and it also says, do not drive on the public road. And now I'm looking back, and there's two people not allowed on the quad, so no passengers on the quad. I'm looking back, and we're on the public road.
Yeah,
and they're like a 16-year-old guy with his 11-year-old sister on one quad, just zinging it. And I'm like, there's no health and there's no safety in that country.
Nothing.
Well, my quad was funny because basically I had to hold my steering wheel like this.
To go straight, yeah.
So that was already challenging. I hit bushes 3 times.
You did. We lost you, right?
Yeah, I lost.
We were going and I was like, I look around, I'm like, where are you?
He had to go back for me.
You look like a action movie character, you know, when everything goes wrong and he just survives and he just comes out.
I'm just coming back. I literally, but you don't even understand because I don't think you saw me. I had to hop off the quad and you know the metal part of the quad, because I literally ran into the bushes. Yeah. So I hopped off the quad, I grabbed it by the metal rails, and I pulled it out of the bushes, and I hopped back on it, and I zinged it. Yeah. At this time, the instructor was already coming back to pick me up, but I survived somehow.
Yeah. But then I've decided to stick next to you for a little bit. Yeah. And you almost smashed again.
Yeah, was nearly smashed.
Yeah.
Braking on the quad was absolutely intense.
Oh, there was no brakes.
There was no brakes. Like you're literally riding, you pull it fully and it just kind of like just slows down gradually. It doesn't stop. It just slows down. So if you don't do it like a minute in advance, you're game over for you.
Yeah, you need to predict when you need to stop.
Yeah, which is difficult. But let's talk about the 2 people on the quad. So a 16-year-old boy with like 11-year-old sister, that's already illegal on the quad. We went off-road now, and all of a sudden they're stuck behind. So we're all like, we saw the instructor said stop. We all stopped. We're looking back. Where's the wheel? The wheel just fell off. Like, not not a flat tire. Their whole bloody wheel just came off.
Yeah, fully.
And the guy took this quad, tried to stick it back in. I'm thinking, it's not Hot Wheels. It's not like you're sticking the wheel and that's cool. Like, it needs to be screwed. Okay, whatever. He saw he can't fix it. So what he done? He grabbed that quad and now he's whipping off-road on 3 wheels on the quad. 3 wheels, one hand, another hand. What he done? Pulled out a pack of cigarettes, pull it out, sparked it, smoking cigarette while I was going on a quad.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, like... And the only thing we heard is like, brother, no worries. I'm saying Roman got a flat tire. When we arrived, Roman had a flat tire.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, if anything, there's a flat tire. No problem, flat tire, no problem.
And you know what's interesting? Like when we went there, like when I was in Portugal and we did activities, they would always ask you like whether like you've done it before, you know how to do it, you know, some health and safety, nothing. We just walked in, no question whether we can drive them.
No. No test.
No test.
No test, right?
Yeah, no proof of any legal rights to actually be on the road.
Yeah.
Right? Just
Nothing.
go on.
Nothing.
He was like, sit down, gas, brake, good.
Yeah. Compared to like America, when my friend went to America, he had to show his driving license to get a scooter. Now, he showed provisional license. They need a full driving license. He showed provisional. They looked at it and they said, what's the L for? Because on provisional license got L.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, L for license. And they looked at it, they're like, oh, no problem. Do you know what I mean? But it's America. They never seen one, but they might have not seen one like that. So, the quads were brilliant. And last thing I'm going to add about Tunisia, if you're a smoker, this is your country.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever you go, cigarette is not a problem.
True, yeah.
£2.50 cigarettes, so that's cheap, dirt cheap. When you tell Tunisian people how much we pay in UK, like sterling jewels, £14.50, they're like, how much? That's their rent.
Yeah.
And
you can honestly smoke anywhere.
Anywhere.
Hotel, reception, smoke. Walking through the hotel, smoke. We go in a taxi, we're smoking, we're finishing the cigarette. They're like, oh, don't worry, go on.
Yeah.
You smoke in a taxi. Restaurant, smoke. Everywhere.
You're trying to go to a corner shop and you're trying to be like polite, so you're trying to finish your cigarette. They're like, no brother, no problem. And you're just going in like, and you're just smoking. Smoke. But one thing because someone asked me, right? I was talking about the holiday, and my boy said to me, "Oh, everything must stink though." I didn't feel it.
No.
Like reception, you don't feel the smell of the smoke.
It's pretty neutral.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
it could be also because we're smokers. So like when I smoke, I'm like yeah, I smoke. So.
But also, it's like I'm not sure if you noticed, but everything's open.
Yeah.
You know, like reception.
A lot of open space.
It's like, yes, it's inside, but like the wind just goes through.
Yeah, the door's open here.
Every restaurant is pretty much big open door, right? Taxis, they don't even have windows. You know?
Too expensive.
It's just, too
expensive. But
I don't know.
And what about the mass at 3 a.m?
Okay.
We arrived to our hotel about 3 a.m. because our flights got delayed, etc. We arrived to the hotel. We sat down, and we're like, okay, what shall we go? Shall we go to the beach? We're planning like little things. It's 3 a.m. Nothing's happening. The hotel is literally like ghost town.
Yeah,
like no one's there. Just one security guard walking around, just checking if everything's okay. And so we're like planning. Shall we go to the beach at 4 a.m? Like, just to see what's there, like how it looks, whatever. I mean, it's dark, but like we just arrived, we slept on the plane, so like we got some energy. And about quarter past three, about 10-minute walk from our hotel, there's a massive mosque, and they've made a prayer for the whole city.
It's loud.
Now, for us that we've never experienced it, I didn't. For a second, I thought it's like war sirens, and especially because before we went there, we checked the Gov UK side, and on the Gov UK said, trip to Tunisia not advised due to like the war or like conflicts at the borders, and all of a sudden this came out. It ended up we found out that that it was just like a night prayer that they do every single day. But I mean, the first night I shit my
It was
pants.
loud, right? Out of nowhere, it almost sounded like someone's just sending out a warning sign.
Yeah.
You know?
I didn't know. And then we were walking drunk at 3 a.m. through this shortcut, because we're obviously in Africa for a week.
That
and we know the
looked like
shortcuts.
Call of Duty.
Oh my days, we're literally in the middle of nowhere. Like literally in the middle of a mine, like mines field. and all of a sudden that prayer hit, but we didn't realize what time it is. I ran. I was like, see you later. I'm off. Someone was having a piss. He just stands there and this started, and it was crazy.
It was this huge open space. We're back.
After a technical difficulty. Not our fault.
No.
Because we did try our best to clear the memory, but the memory card decided it's not its day-to-day. So, Tunisia was cool. Let's start with our first and last.
Let's wrap because we forgot where we ended.
Yeah, exactly.
But our first or second topic is...
Addiction.
Addiction, great topic.
I was a bit too energized for the word addiction really now.
Yeah, well, we're addicted to something, right?
What do you think addiction is?
Interesting question. I like it.
Isn't it?
What do I think addiction? I think addiction is, feeling the need or sensation, some stimulus from something to feel normal again.
Okay.
You know? It's, the way I see it, if you're addicted, you won't feel yourself until you consume or engage in whatever it is that you crave, right?
Okay.
Or you depend. I don't know. It's very difficult to speak about addiction because, yes, I'm addicted in some way to some things, but I've never experienced like an addiction to the point where I can't be myself if I don't have something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had craving for certain things in the past, but whether I wouldn't function without it, I don't know. I think it's also a mindset, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because especially when I was in my third year of university, right? There was a phase we were all doing our dissertations, right? Our final...
You're doing what?
Dissertations, the final projects.
Okay.
For the university, right?
Man spoke some English here.
Yeah, and then we all had a can of Monster.
Okay.
A vape.
Okay.
Or two.
Okay.
Or a couple cans of Monsters. That was all we had, right? To survive.
Caffeine and nicotine goes very well together.
That's what we had. And
coffee and cigarette for breakfast.
And you just use it so much that you do become addicted to it in some form.
Mm-hmm.
And after, let's say, a month or two of doing that daily, you come back to the reality and you realize that you can't do your normal routine without having it. And I'm not quite sure if it's a habit at this point or if it's an addiction.
Okay.
Right? But it does... If you now start thinking about, I need it to go about with my day, you crave it more. And then if you tell yourself, I don't need it, I just want it a little bit, but I don't need it to go on with my day, you don't crave it as much.
Yeah.
So, that's really what I see addiction as. That's how I've experienced my addiction. But I know some people act totally differently, right?
Yeah.
I told you the story where I was with Roman, right? One of our mates when we were in Portugal. And the guy's a heavy smoker, right? He smokes, he vapes, he even does those like the patches of nicotine now. Right?
Man put him on the spot.
Yeah, but he's a great example, right?
Okay.
And I remember we woke up in the morning, there was no cigarettes, right? I was smoking with him, but I was like, there's no cigarette, we just get it later, right? I don't need it in a moment, right? Like, I just enjoy it, I don't need it. But this guy was not himself. Like, he was getting angry. Anything I said would frustrate him.
Yeah.
And he was even getting aggressive at some point, right? And then...
It'll be like that.
And then, as soon as he had his first puff of a cigarette, he came down.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the wildest level of addiction I've probably experienced.
So a lot of people would say like for addiction, I think they would try to describe it as like misuse. For me, myself, I think addiction, I don't really know, we can search in a minute, correct definition of it by the dictionary, but I think it's mostly like dependency on specific something.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't always have to be a substance.
No.
It could be. Sometimes people are addicted even to their lifestyle. And if you're especially like to plan your days out, if you skip one stage of your day, it ruins your whole day now.
That's what I got.
Yeah, for example. So you can be technically addicted to your lifestyle, where if you kind of like one of your building blocks of the day
doesn't go to plan.
Yeah, it just kind of ruins your whole like momentum of the day.
Yeah.
Because you're dependent on your idea of a day and you're dependent on your plan. This is why I'm more of a free flow. Whatever happens in the day happens. It's not the best, but in a sense, I will never stress about my evening. Because like if I fall asleep, okay.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's why I mentioned before. It's also all about the mindset. Because like the situation you just mentioned, I do get that where I've planned my day and let's say something doesn't go to plan, I get frustrated. But at the same time, I understand that there are some things that are controllable and some things that are not controllable, right? And things just happen.
Oh, no, of course.
You know, and I don't beat myself for it.
No, you shouldn't.
I just kind of be like, okay, this is what happened. I'll try better next time, you know, and you just get on, right? And to be fair, you find yourself completing everything you've planned anyway. You know? So, yeah, it's a weird one, but it also is personality, man.
Oh, no, 100%, 100%. I think addiction first starts in your head. And it is strongly linked to who you are as a person. It is strongly linked to your surroundings. It's strongly linked to just yourself, your brain, really. Some people are easily addicted. Some people are hard addicted. You know, some people never get addicted. You know, but yeah. In terms of addiction as a substance abuse, you know, because, you know, whenever you talk about addiction, people will always talk about substance abuse. They don't really talk about...
It's always the extreme, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They don't talk about lifestyle. They don't talk about addiction in a sense of like being dependent on your schedules, or sometimes people are addicted to going gym, addicted like workaholics, you know, addicted from working. People don't talk about it. Because it seems like from an outside source, it's not much of a... It's harmless. It's harmless, right? But a little fact I've researched. In March 2023, 9.5% of people aged 16 to 59 reported using a drug in the last 12 months. That's about 3.1 million people in UK. Using drug.
Is it like the legal drugs as well, or just drugs that are legal?
No, illegal ones.
Illegal drugs.
Illegal drugs, right? It's not like paracetamol, because if we added like the legal drugs like paracetamols or like any alcohol sort of medicine or alcohol, then it would be the number would be skyrocketing. Yeah. Because alcohol, I mean, I think in UK 3.1 million people a month use alcohol.
Alcohol is the biggest drug.
Yeah, but 100%.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like the biggest drugs, they're legalized, and the ones that are kind of harder to reach, they're illegal.
It's cultural, right? Because, like, if alcohol was invented nowadays, right? Let's say no one ever had it in the past, right? It was just a recent thing. It would never get legalized.
Oh yeah, because people would just not want it. No. But like alcohol, massive drug that's just, you can get easily addicted as well, just from the feeling you get. Maybe not from the hangover. On hangover you got that moral aspect where you're like, I'm never going to drink again,
and then you forget everything and go back drinking, right?
Exactly. Another one is obviously cigarettes. Again, another one that's legal, and it's probably the worst. Vapes. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'll lose it somewhere, I'm stressing because I like to just even hold it. I like to have it. I can go 2 days, 3 days without smoking a vape, not even a puff. I'm not addicted to the nicotine no more. I'm addicted to having it with me. Right? This is how I kind of portray it myself. Same as with gambling. Gambling is not a substance, but
it's a behavior.
But it's also legal, where it actually harms you a lot. Because I always say gambling is one of the worst addictions out there. Now, I know a little bit about gambling, and what I can say about gambling is it's the worst because, so like with alcohol, right? Let's say you buy yourself 2 liters of vodka, right? You sit at home, you're probably going to go down, you're going to down the liter, right? Within an hour, you're going to be so drunk, you're going to fall asleep. You're going to regret it in the morning, right? You've spent how much for a bottle of Smirnoff? 20 quid, right? If you're a substance abuse like drugs, like let's say cocaine, for example, or smoking weed, there's also only as much as you can take until you fall asleep, until you pass out, right? And then next day, eventually your health will try to backfire on you, and you can't take it no more, right? With gambling, for example, as an addiction, no matter how much you lose, you just keep on playing. And
it ruins you, right?
Oh no, heavily.
On a different level. It's not...
It ruins everything.
Because, like, if you look at the other drugs, right, they have a direct correlation with health, right? Direct, like smoking, drinking, whatever, it destroys your health directly. Gambling doesn't. But
it will long term.
It will, because everything else around, right? You put yourself in such a poor life situation, where your health will just decrease over time.
You lose your close friends. You lose family on gambling. You lose the most important aspect, unfortunately, of nowadays is money, right? You need money to survive. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
When you lose money, not only you turn away from everyone because you don't have money, but also because it doesn't affect your health, you feel like you can do it again. Maybe you win it back.
Yeah.
Because you don't feel it yourself. And a friend of ours, Raf, he said to me once, the quote, I've got it written there, you're never too poor to feed your addiction. And I heard it, I was like, you're actually smart, you know. He's not, but...
That's true.
It is. How many times people are... So there's families struggling, right, to support families, right? Like themselves. They think they're counting every single pound just to pay the bills, etc. But they will always have money for a pack of cigarettes if they're smokers.
Yeah.
Gamblers will always have money to go and spin it today.
Always.
Drug, no problem. Those that smoke weed, they will smoke every day, no problem. They will find this money, right? They're gonna go to. Think about gamblers, right? Anytime I gambled, right, I'll see a pair of trousers in a shop, 70 quid. I'm like, you nuts? I ain't buying jeans for 70 quid. Walk out. First thing I'm seeing in this casino, I walk in there, lose £100, I'd say. And it's like, I literally just said to myself, no to jeans. I like them. I like the trousers. I said no because they're 70 quid.
You don't like them enough. No, you don't need them.
Exactly. But I like gambling enough, for example, right? So it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. It changes lives. But, I mean, why addiction? Why does it happen?
Why does it happen? Yeah, it's very interesting, right? Because it almost... I always referred to it so many times how, like, your body is not just you. You know, you have your soul, you have everything. But it almost seems like addiction doesn't tackle you, it tackles your body. You know? Because with addictions, you're sat there and you know you don't want to do it. You know? You know deep down you don't want to do these things because they just harm you.
Yeah.
But then there comes a moment where your body's like, give it to me. You know? And you're just battling, you know? It's almost like addiction becomes another sense that needs to be fulfilled. Just like we spoke about, like hunger, you know, thirst, sleep, and now whatever your addiction is.
Yeah. Addictions release dopamine.
It does.
And you get the booze. Even if it's from like substances, you get booze from them. From anything other, you get dopamine. So cigarettes, that's why a lot of addictions are linked. That's why governments, when they do like addiction awarenesses, they always link, like they would call like weed a gateway drug, because you start with this, you go on to stronger drugs, because everything is linked. You know, you look at gamblers, for example, right? Gamblers, they're addicted to gambling. They want to spin the machine. The first thing they have next to them is a coffee or like a can of Coke, because it's caffeine. It's another addiction. It's another fuel. They win a little bit. First thing they're doing, they're going for a cigarette. And they're looking at
they
addiction.
Just stack up a bunch of different addictions.
Exactly. And eventually your body recognizes dopamine, all these three things together, and now it's like triple the power. How do you stop it now? How do you stop it? One thing I disagree with, I might be wrong here. A lot of people might disagree with me. I do not, no more, not anymore. I used to, not anymore. I don't have, what's the word? I don't have any feelings towards addicted people. What's it called? Empathy.
Empathy, yeah.
I have zero. Why? Because anytime I had a sort of addiction, I just stopped it. I've came to a point where I'm like, I can't do it no more. If you tell me today, stop smoking vape, I am not going to listen to you. I'll tell you this right now. I'm not listening to you.
Because
you can't influence me. You can't. Yeah, exactly. You can't influence me.
It's your life.
Right. So I'm not gonna show empathy. I'm not gonna have special feelings towards people that are addicted because it's your battle. You gotta win it.
But
you lost in the first place. Win it now.
That it is a battle. But don't you think the reason why people get into addictions, there is a reason.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I feel
this is boredom.
That's the thing. You don't live the life you want to live, and you find fulfillment in those little things, right?
Yeah,
whether it's gambling, whatever,
drugs,
alcohol, whatever, right? Because I'm going to tell you this right now, right? But when I'm living the life I want to live, when I'm seeing the people I want to see, when I'm feeling just like I am myself, I don't even crave anything.
Yeah.
I'm happy drinking water, eating fruits.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's when I don't feel myself, I feel like I need something to make me feel better.
100%. Excuse me.
So would you argue that people that are often addicted, it's because there is a fundamental issue with the way they're living their life?
Yeah, they're not where they want to be. They're not where they... So when I used to smoke weed, right? It's not a secret, I did. And was my life where I wanted to be? It was getting there.
It can start like in a certain way, right?
Oh yeah, it did. But then it became like I enjoy being high. Because when I was high, my life was where I wanted to be, which is happiness. You know, with a lot of weed, so like weed smokers can relate. It doesn't really harm you too much because it makes you happy, right? Now, it made me happy. It was my socializing drug as well. So, you know, we do with some boys. And it's like a nice little socialized way, you know, we sit there laughing, having some munchies, you know, and everyone's happy in the moment. And eventually you become so attached to the happiness part that you don't care about anything else. And that's what I did to myself. That's why you ever asked me back in the days, oh, are you addicted? I'll be like, no, I can quit anytime, but I don't want to. That was my go-to phrase. I can quit anytime, but I don't want to because I couldn't. That's the thing. I can say it now because I don't smoke no more, but I couldn't.
You knew you were justifying it.
Yeah. I didn't want it because of the happiness. And because the happiness wasn't harmful, you know, because I'm just happy in that state, I don't want to quit it because I'm happy. But why am I not happy without it? You know, it only hit me.
That's a good question.
Exactly. It only hit me 6 months after I've quit. Because obviously when you quit, usually when you quit, you're busy with something else. So that's why you quit, because you're not thinking about it, you know. So you quit for a minute, then you have these little cravings, like, oh, I would actually like to go and see my boys and just like smoke up again, like. But when you actually say no a couple times, yeah, 6 months down the line, I was like, oh, I'm feeling good. I can be happy now. Do you know what I mean? One thing that we'd done to me, for example, which obviously again I only realized after, was I'd usually smoke in the evening, and in the morning I'm lazy.
Yeah, I think every smoker is.
Yeah, and the same as with alcohol. You hangover, right? In the morning you have the backfire of the day before, and it's like I'm lazy and I'm trying to go to work. I'm not so productive. I hated being unproductive.
But that's sorry for stopping. But that's like it goes in line with the dopamine you were talking about, right? Like once you do something on a certain day, it releases so much dopamine that you're just borrowing energy from tomorrow. Oh
yeah, 100%.
Right.
And it costs a lot to pay back that debt.
Yeah.
So when I stopped, 6 months down the line, I'm feeling perfect. I don't need it. People can smoke around me now, and yeah, I know it wouldn't harm me to smoke. And again, socially, like if I'm on a holiday, if I'm in a nice place, you know, I'll do it once here and there, but I would not do it, for example, like a week straight. Because I don't even want to put myself in a risk of getting there. But I'm thinking, like, I consider myself lucky because every single addiction I ever had, I fought with it myself. That was my battle. So one thing I jotted down is, can you recover from addiction? A lot of people say that once you're addicted, you're forever addicted. You can just run away from your struggle, but you're forever going to be addicted. I don't think so.
Well, I think... The thing is, I think once you try something and you develop some sort of dependency to it, I think it stays with you for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah,
in a way, right?
In a way,
because you've already tried it.
Mm-hmm.
Your body already had it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think you can minimize the needs for it because the longer you go without it, the less you need it. But I think it's always going to be there, like on a small level, but it won't take much for you to get back into it.
Yeah,
you know, you try it once again and then boom.
However, the only reason I'm going to disagree with that is because I don't want to call myself addicted to it, but I abused it. Right, it was alcohol around age of 20. So my situationship was, I had work, worked a lot. Brexit kicked in. My company started going down.
Yeah.
So I went from like 60 hours a week to like 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
I was sad because from like all of a sudden I'm 19 years old. My paycheck was like £600 a week. I'm living here. Every friend of mine is like £200 a week. I'm on £6. I can afford everything. I'm happy. And now we went down to like £150, £100. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? I can't afford anything else. Do you know what I mean? I went from king of the world to a peasant. Well, well. So I started drinking a lot of alcohol. And it was, so that addiction.
Were you drinking by yourself or?
Oh, yeah. Well, do you know what? Sometimes I would drink by myself. Rarely though, because I would go out to my friends. And what I would do is, they didn't want to drink with me no more because it was every day. So they're like, just stop, like, take a break. And I'll be like, I'll pull out a bottle from my like backpack, and I'll be like, yeah, but I got it as a gift. I would lie. I went to a shop, I bought it, and I would lie. I'll be like, I got it as a gift because as a gift, you know, nobody paid for it. You know,
can't say no.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, free body. Okay, we'll drink it today, and tomorrow I'll come out. I'll be like, oh, I found this at home. I never opened it. Oh my God, do you know what I mean? And I end up lying to my friends about where I got the alcohol from just because I wanted someone to drink with, right? And the reason I believe you can fully recover from addiction is I don't like alcohol. You know me, I can drink. I will sit down and drink, no problem. Put a litre bottle, we can go through it.
Yeah.
But I don't enjoy it. Think about beer. I used to go, so like when I had a moment of alcohol, I used to go and buy myself like a 18 pack Budweiser.
Oh yeah, the big crate.
Yeah. And people would be like, yo, dash me a beer. And I'd be like, what? Nah, man, I got 18 for myself. And I would go through 18 in a matter of like 4 hours. I'll get a little bit drunk, excessively. But, you know, that's my go-to. I enjoyed it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm having my 18 beers. Now, you give me a beer, I don't like, I'll drink it to like a meal. But even in Tunisia now, we're pouring beers. You finish your beer, because you actually like beer.
I do like beer, yeah.
So you like beer. You finish that beer, and I'm just there like with a half of it left. And I'm like, I got to down it. Like, I don't enjoy it. So like, I believe I'm fully healed from that addiction of like alcohol. But I don't want to touch it. I don't enjoy drinking.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a moment I do enjoy, like having a drink, but overall I don't like it.
The question is now, like, when you were drinking, was because your life situation changed a little bit, right? So it's like the question whether you were actually addicted to alcohol or whether you were just bored and that was the only activity you could have done.
I think I was sad.
Yeah, and I think it was the only thing you could do to actually feel release some dopamine, right? And that's it, because I used to drink a lot back in the day as well. You know, like almost daily, weekly, like heavily, right? Yeah. And I just can't be bothered. Yeah, it's just not for me no more. You know? But to be fair, for me, any substance, like, the thing is, if someone would, like, for me, if someone would come up to me now, is like, I bet you £10 that you can't stop smoking for a week. Easiest bet of my life. I'm not going to smoke it. I'll have a packet on me every day. I'm not going to smoke it. Yeah. Because I want that £10 more than that vape. Yeah. You know, so I think I'm pretty privileged now that I've battled my own, like, demons. And I got away from all this bullshit because it's actually not needed. But because of that, I have zero empathy. Because if you come to me and say, "Oh, I'm struggling with this," I should show you empathy. Yeah, I should support you. But for me, it's like, mate, I struggle too. All you have to do is stop. Exactly, like that. That's the thing, man. Like, who else is gonna do it for you? Exactly. It's you. Like, no matter what I say, no matter what I do. It's not going to change anything. And if someone comes up to you and they say like, "Oh, I'm struggling," have you tried doing anything?
Exactly.
Have you tried stopping?
Yeah.
And if you're saying you're struggling and nothing changes, are you actually really struggling? Are you actually really trying?
Exactly.
You know,
your biggest opponent in life is yourself. But if you can't win with yourself, how the hell are you going to conquer the world?
But it's interesting because from what we're having chatting right now, and I think like the solution is when you're struggling with a substance, the question you should ask yourself is not how do I quit or like just stopping. It's try to identify what you're missing in life.
The core reason of the overall situation. Yeah.
Why you actually, because of course by releasing the dopamine, right, you're happy again, right? But let's move that aside, right? What would really make you happy in life? What would actually release
private jet?
What would actually release that true dopamine?
Private jet. Yeah. If you've got private jet, you're sorted.
Yeah, for like a month or two, and then what?
No. What? How are you going to travel to every single country in a month? If you've got unlimited money...
just because you have a private jet doesn't mean you can fly it.
If I got private jet, I got enough money to have it. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that would that's the thing. I think so. Like it's like with gambling, right?
Yeah. You
start it because you win, right? That's the dopamine.
Yeah.
You're like, yo, I've just worked a whole ass day, 12 hours, to get £100 off from my job, right? And now I went to the casino and I changed £5 to £100 within 3 minutes. Wow. Why am I working? This is my financial freedom. Now it goes from there to no money to debts. You're not playing to win money no more. You're playing to win back your money. You're playing to pay off your debts. And then you get into more debts. And then you get to a point where you're just like, yo, I have to stop. Like, if I don't stop, it's game over for me. Like, I have no more choices. But just stop.
But you know what to do.
Exactly.
Like, everyone that has an addiction, they know what to do.
Yeah, just stop. Depending on the person, so some people will be like, oh yeah, some people want to fight the demons themselves, which is cool. Do it. If you know you can win, or you know you want to attempt it, do it. Please do it. If not, ask someone for help. Your friends, your family, right? A lot of times when you're addicted to something, yeah, you are against your friends and family. You literally go against them. Why? Like they're here to love you, support you.
I feel embarrassed, right? I think that's...
You should be embarrassed. You're a mug. What? Sorry, guys out there. Like, do you know what I mean? But like, you should... Like, listen, if you're waking up here and you're thinking, I need to drink today, you're an idiot. Like, do you know what I mean? Just like, go work.
But just don't accept that fault. You know, don't accept...
Exactly.
Like, once you need something, just...
You look in the mirror and what? You see in a bottle of Grey Goose. No, you don't, man. You see yourself. I'm 25 now. So I look at it different, right? When I was 18, I looked at it different as well.
Of course.
But what I'm saying is like, we just came back from Tunisia. Let's start the top. No, I'm joking. The Tunisia, right? £350 per person, right? How many times in your life, Simon, not me, you went to a club and you've spent, let's say, half of that money on one club visit?
Oh, yeah.
So how many times did you go clubbing and £200 splashed? Easily, right?
Very often, yeah.
So now you could have just shut your mouth, look yourself in the mirror and be like, do you know what? I'm seeing myself in Africa next week. Right? You don't go club twice. You already got all-inclusive, flights paid off, hotel paid for, right? Meal 3 times a day, drinks all-inclusive in flipping Tunisia, 26 degrees, pool, girls, friends, whatever, bomb. Oh, but I can't do it. Oh, but I can't do it because I need to drink. Shut up, man, you don't.
Yeah, but...
This is why I don't have empathy. Go look for help. And the worst scumbags are the ones... Listen, if you're single, if you're alone, if you're chilling, if you're doing yourself, and you're just relaxing, do your thing. But when you're 35, when you got wife at home, kids at home, I'm not even going to say you're supposed to be a provider.
It's not just your life you're affecting.
Exactly. You're a dickhead. Your kid's at home and you're coming back drunk. Get a grip, man. You're 35.
Yeah.
I mean, no empathy. Zero empathy. If you're there, you got a wife at home waiting for you, stressing where you are, and you're there sniffing line of coke in a club on Friday night. you're taking a piss, man. You don't deserve that wife. You don't deserve the life. Go seek some help. Because a chance of you recovering is crazy.
Oh yeah, the deeper the hole, the harder it is to escape, right?
Of course, but you can escape still.
Of course,
and
man.
your friends are the ladder to escape. You yourself can climb out. You're the strength.
You need to talk to yourself.
Exactly.
You have to.
Yeah, but people don't like to talk to themselves.
Yeah, people are scared.
No, do you know why? Because it's easy to talk to yourself, but it's harder to answer your own questions. That was deep. But you know what I mean, though? Because I can stand there and be like, oh, but yeah, I got this problem. Oh, I got this problem. But it's harder for my brain to kind of process and answer the question like, but we can go through it.
Practice it.
Exactly.
You have to practice it.
Yeah, but that's the thing, you know. You can talk to yourself, but you can't answer yourself. But just sit there, just practice, just think about, you know. As I'm saying, ask for help if you don't have help. But just do. No matter if you're a man or woman, if you're strong enough to go into addiction, and strong enough to accept the addiction, you're strong enough to conquer it. Or if at any point in life you were weak enough to accept addiction, believe me, there's other side of the coin. You're strong enough to beat the addiction. Just do your thing, man.
And if someone says, I've tried and I didn't work, you haven't tried hard enough. That's simply it.
Simple.
And sometimes you have to try over and over.
Selfishness is though what pisses me off. Is that selfishness or families or whatever, right? That annoys me. Because you have a reason to try for someone.
Yeah.
You have your children. You have the loved ones. You have your mum at home, right? Do you know what? I can't even blame people. Like, I might show a little bit of empathy to people that lost everything in life. Because some people out there.
It is sad, right?
Yeah.
Like,
but be a better person. You lost everything, cool. Build it back. Okay, you're not going to build, like, let's say your mum back. But build it back. Bring your own family now. Have a child so the child has a mother and father. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring yourself up. But, I mean, to be fair, like, my approach on it is like, I'll just beat people. Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you addicted, man? Why are you a pussy? But are some addictions less of a problem?
It's an extreme approach you have, right?
Good. Because fighting with addiction, from my own experience, needs extreme point of view. When I stopped smoking weed, if a week later I said, fancy a zoo. Weakness.
Weak.
Be strong. So I saw, do you know what? When I stopped, I had a bag of weed in my little cupboard, right? For 4 months. Chilling there. And I saw it every day because I can't remember what I had there, but I had something in that cupboard, in that little shelf, in that little drawer. I was putting my keys for work, and them keys were next to that baggie, and I saw them every single bloody day.
That is a strategy, yeah.
And I saw it, and I didn't. After a month, I looked at it. I didn't even care it's there. I know it's there. Whatever.
You know, it's the same with like there's like a strategy you can do with cigarettes, right? And it's like if you're heavily addicted to cigarettes, right? You pick one up. Right, first thing you want to smoke it, but just look at it for like 5 seconds. Put it down, and then bring it up again, and just keep doing it over a certain period of time. You get bored of it. You like the entire feeling of you needing it will go away.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you just have to face it. You know, put it right in front of you, where you can reach it very easily, and just stare at it.
Yeah.
And just say no.
Smoking is a deadly though. Smoking is deadly. Like, addiction to smoking is crazy because when I used to, well, I still smoke, but like when I have like a cigarette, like just purely cigarettes, but apart from Tunisia, because that's like chain smoking. But like in a normal day to day, right? I'll have like a cigarette in the morning, and then I don't have to smoke till like 5 p.m. And then I don't smoke because I'm going home. My mum doesn't smoke. My dad doesn't smoke. I'm not going to smoke at home. Do you know what I mean? Not even in the garden because I'll bring it back. They say I stink. So I literally probably will smoke one in the morning and that's it. Right? If I'm at work, it's kind of like a little break cigarette. So I might smoke a couple times. But like usually I can go a whole day with one cigarette. This bastard though.
That's convenience.
Listen, this bastard, yeah, I'm about to chuck on the wall, yeah, just because I'm vexed at it, doesn't it? Right? But people say like, oh yeah, I stopped smoking and I start vaping. I can smoke one cigarette a day, or one vape a day. That's equivalent to 20 cigarettes or more. It's 600 puffs. I'm dead
The
confident.
worst thing about these things, right? Cigarette runs out.
Yeah.
First of all. And second of all, you get filled with cigarette crazy, right? You have one and you don't want any more.
Mm-hmm.
This is nice.
Yeah, man.
It's tasty, you know?
Rainbow. What am I smoking, man? Do you know, look at this. 10,000 puffs. Oh, it runs out. I can charge it. Do you know what I mean? Charge it for 5 minutes. Oh, another 100 puffs. Right. It's mental. But some addictions, you know, because we're talking about them extreme addictions, and I'm getting a little bit emotional here, right? But are there some addictions that are less of a problem? Or do you classify them all as a problem?
No. Well, every addiction is bad.
I'm pissed now.
Right? I told you before, every addiction is bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think there are addictions that are less... They affect you less, right? As in the cravingness is smaller.
Oh, because we spoke about it though, right?
Yeah.
And I said like it can't be bad if you're addicted to a gin.
Yeah. And I
yeah.
told you, but well, basically we said that you were saying they have good addictions. And I was saying you can't have good addictions because no addiction is good. Because anytime you're addicted, even if it's something like a gym, you will end up putting off your family and friends just to go to the gym in situations when you shouldn't, right? So yeah, but again, like you would argue that no addiction is good, but there are probably slightly better and worse addictions.
Yeah.
Right? Some have bigger consequences than others. Some your body craves less than more. Basically, if I remember correctly, like different drugs release different amount of dopamine.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the ones that release more dopamine, you'll crave more. The ones that release less dopamine, you crave less.
Mm-hmm.
And that's simply how it works. That's why like those heavy drugs like heroin and other stuff, they release a lot of dopamine. People just crave them a lot.
That makes me... Yeah, heroin is a bit mad.
Yeah, I know.
Like if someone just goes...
Yeah, so... Yeah, addictions just in general, it's not good. One taxi driver told me in the past, he was just saying to me like...
What taxi drivers did you have?
Sick taxi driver. But he was just saying that, you know, if you know something's addictive and you don't need it in your life, just don't try it. You know? She said it's better not to try than then fight it off.
Yeah, but people will argue with that though, because like we've got one life, we want to try everything. Do you know what I mean? Some people are like that.
I agree with that. You only have one life, but then is that drug a part of your life purpose? Look, for me, when I look at my life, right, nowhere in my life is cocaine, for example. Nowhere. I don't want to try cocaine. I don't need it. I don't feel like it will give me any benefit.
My nose a virgin.
Yeah.
It stays that way.
So me trying it is just a stupid thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. 100% agree. 100% agree.
So yeah, you know, you try things and, you know, you have to fight off this like you and weed, right? But, you know, I think I do have a lot of respect to people because it's very easy to someone that never had an addiction to say...
Oh, judge
very easily, right?
Very easy. Like, just quit it. It's not easy.
People that have been through huge addictions and escaped, they have super strong characters.
Mm-hmm. And this is... so I'll just reverse back so like people don't really misunderstand me. I have zero empathy towards people that are addicted. But I have all the greatest respect for people that fall off it. Because if you're in the zone, do you know what I don't like? When people rather than sorting the situation, they cry around the situation. Mm-hmm. They just walk around like, oh yeah, but I can't stop. Oh yeah, but shut up, man. But people that would be like literally like, some people actually got addicted to a point where they're ruining their life. They end up homeless.
Huge.
And then 3 years later, they're back. They're buying a house just because they turned it around. You know, you can. And I got my respect goes up here over the roof.
It's only then when they understand the right choices. Mm-hmm. You know, the choices that actually have a good impact on life and choices that have a bad impact on life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone that's super, like, the thing is, most people that have super addicted, they live a crappy life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's because they don't even consider good behaviors.
Yeah.
They just consider the superficial stuff. They're like, oh, I'm here to live one life, good life. I just want to feel good, you know? Mm-hmm. And they just don't make good life decisions.
Yeah.
But someone that escaped an addiction now understands that
life's so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not all about feeling good. It's not all about feeling happy, you know? you have to go through struggles to achieve the things you want to do, you know?
100%.
Sometimes the things you want to do in life don't come in easy.
No.
You know?
The good things don't come in easy anyways.
No.
Like, because if they came in easy, they wouldn't be the good things.
And
people would have it.
That's why also addiction is a bad thing, because how can you feel happy and good, like feeling the best you ever felt with no struggle?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not good for you. You know, it's just not good. You're only supposed to feel good if you work for something. You know, you've put in effort, energy, dedication, time, whatever, and then the emotions you're feeling, that's the reward you're getting.
Exactly.
Right? But if you've put no work into it and you feel like on the top of the world, something's wrong.
Yeah, it's empty. It's empty. Like,
you're not even appreciating those emotions.
The struggle is beautiful at the end of the day, right?
Struggle is, yeah.
I mean, for example, I've stopped going because of the busy schedule at the moment. I've stopped going gym, right? But when I was hitting gym, I was struggling. Of course I was struggling. I'm going alone. I'm seeing obviously people. I see people that I saw, let's say 6 months ago. I stopped for 4 months. They never stopped. Now they're on double my weights, right? And I'm just there like, oh, I'm a pussy boy again, right? But the struggle is real. And then after a month or two, it's so much rewarding. I'm so happy I went through the struggle.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes with everything, you know?
Everything.
You sacrifice your hours, your time, your life, and then you achieve something. It's crazy. And building, like, for example, generational wealth, rather than making mistakes, right? Or make mistakes, but get out of them. You know, learn from them. Don't just be stuck in a mistake and cry about how shit your life is. Oh, I drink alcohol because my dad did. You know that story about...
We spoke about it.
Yeah, we spoke about it on an episode. That's the story, right? Oh, because my dad was an alcoholic, I'm also an alcoholic. But your brother ain't, mate.
Shut up.
Yeah. Don't be crying about someone else.
And the thing is, look at this. If you're in a position where you're addicted, you're blessed. Bruv, you've been giving a challenge in your life that not many people get.
No.
You know, you've been giving such a big challenge to build your character. Succeed, you know, take on the challenge, try to escape the addiction, you know, do your best. It's your mission in life, right? Do it and you'll feel great after.
Of course.
You'll feel great and then keep moving forward, you know? Of
course.
Because
don't stop there.
It's like one of those things where, like, addiction is, it's a task to be completed in life, right? You need to complete this task to move forward with life. If you don't, you remain in the same spot for the rest of your life. You will not move forward because that one challenge that you haven't completed in your life will still be pushing you down. So if you beat your addiction, you feel rewarded and then you can move on with other challenges of life.
100%.
You know? So not many people, some kids have a super easy life and they have no challenges, and look at the characters. There's no character at all. But if you're addicted, you have a super nice challenge to conquer, man.
Sometimes the lack of challenges in life can push you towards addictions as well. If you talk with like even drug dealers, right? Drug dealers will always tell you, like, the highest amount of drugs they sell is like private schools. Because these kids, right, if their parents can afford, let's say, in secondary school to pay £10,000 a term, or like five, I don't know their prices, right? But let's say £5,000 a term. If the parents can afford 20 grand a year for school, you know, just so in a private school, you can afford a lot, you know, because school's for free. And now, if you're so privileged, you have nothing else to do. And the only dopamine you can get, because you're going to inherit your dad's business, or you're going to get this house anyway.
You're not building anything yourself, right?
Nothing, right? So your life has no challenges. So you just basically look for easy way out to get some dopamine, right? And the dopamine will be drugs. And that also annoys me, man. Like, you're born privileged. We came back from Africa. We see how people are not privileged there. And then you get people here privileged and they ruin their lives. Get a grip, man. Or I'll literally knock these people out.
Yeah, the people have no gratitude, right?
I'll knock them out.
Have no gratitude. I know you knocked them out. Actually, you won't. Roman will.
Roman would see them, smoke them straight away.
Yeah, but it's a very tricky one, because you just touched on the topic where people that are privileged get into addictions because they have no challenges in life and everything's given on the plate. But then you know you have people that get into addictions because they struggle a lot. And I think at the end of the day, guys, you're smart. Everyone's smart, right? If you're struggling financially, for example, if you're struggling with life in general, and you try drugs or whatever, and that makes you feel good for once, fine. But just be aware that if you go that path, it's not a problem solver.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these problems are still there. So not only now you're creating a new problem that you have to solve at some point in life, or it will destroy you, but you're also reinforcing the problems that are already there. They're not going anywhere.
No, they're staying.
So if you're really struggling, there's never, easy way out doesn't exist.
No.
Does not exist.
It's if it existed, then everyone would be out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just that simple. Addiction is a difficult topic, you know. We're probably going to go back to it.
Yeah.
I want more details on addiction.
I've always said about addiction. I once I was walking, I like to think about things.
Yeah, same.
And I thought addiction is like a time loop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like those movies where someone wakes up on a certain day, they go through the day, they go to sleep, and they wake up on the same day.
Oh yeah.
And just a loop of time, right?
There's a horror movie like that.
Yeah, this it's constant, right? It's
yeah.
everywhere. And I think addiction is exactly the same, because you wake up and you're like, today, I'm not doing it. And then you do it. And then tomorrow you wake up and you're like, I'm not going to do it. And you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, that's going to be your life. Your life is going to be the exact same day for the rest of your life if you don't break the time loop.
Yeah.
And the only way to break the time loop is to stop for one day.
Of course.
Stop one day and your day's going to be different.
You're
going to feel great. You know? And you need to break that time loop every day for a certain period before you're out of the time loop for real.
I'd say you need. I mean, any break is good, but because any break is hard. But I reckon 6 months. Mm-hmm. From my experience,
I think it's 90 days for someone to change a habit.
Oh yeah. There is this saying, but I truly believe for you to like fully fulfill yourself outside of addiction. Understand that you've been addicted, understand that you don't want to go back there, understand what's their pros and cons and everything. You need about 6 months, and after 6 months you reflect back and you're like, wow, like for me, weed was making me happy, but I got so much more energy now. I'm myself now again. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I can have fun without weed. I can go club now with no alcohol, no weed. I'll see everything in HD. Do you know what I mean? Like everything is just everything is just. We said that once in the club when we went clubbing and we didn't go on there. We would come sober and everything was just so like crystal clear. And like, but I can still have fun. Yeah, because I'm an idiot.
And the thing is, the more you do it like this, the more fun you have.
Yeah, of course.
You know, because you get used to it. You learn how to enjoy it.
Yeah, imagine now you're having fun with yourself.
Yeah,
not with the substance.
That's the thing. Imagine being that character where you can enjoy life as it's given, instead of having to use things to make your time more enjoyable.
And I think in our group of friends now, we enjoy our time more when we're actually sober. Yeah. We've hit this age where back in the days it was like, oh yeah, let's have an alcohol.
We had to drink or something, party or whatever.
And now we have more fun sober, and then when we start drinking, we're more a little bit depressed about like I'm 25 now, this is crazy. Like, we need to build families, we need to build like careers, you know? And the real fun is outside of any like substances. Yeah. So
it's because we've developed those social skills where we don't need external substances to make ourselves, I don't know whether it's confidence or just, I think it's mostly confidence. We don't need extra things to just be more confident to have good time with each other.
I think also it's linked to being vulnerable, you know, because sometimes with alcohol, you can let yourself be more vulnerable towards certain topics, right? Whereas now we've built this kind of like emotional maturity where we can actually be vulnerable without a substance, you know? If you're going through struggle, you'd rather have a drink and then tell your struggles to your friend. Now, if I have going for a struggle, I can go to my friends and be like,
you're totally right. I don't think we need this at all.
No, nothing.
I'm like you and me, I think we're super confident about talking about anything now. Yeah. You know, I don't feel like you would judge me. Even if you do, I don't care.
Yeah, because I don't give a fuck what you're going to say to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm out on YouTube. People out there laying in bed watching us, shout out. People out there doing work watching us, shout out. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm out there sharing my opinions, you know?
But yeah.
Sometimes I need a drink, I think, when we're recording. That would be funny. Hey, shall we do a drunk podcast?
Should we do that?
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
I'll ask you some crazy questions then.
No, man.
But yeah.
Cancelled.
Anyway, addiction. I think
Yeah.
spoke enough. But yeah, I think addiction overall, people tend to get into their, like, if they don't have much going on in life, they try to find happiness through those substances. Okay?
Exactly.
Be grateful for addictions. You know, it's a good challenge, good journey. Treat it as anything else, you know, just as you have like your daily responsibilities, whether it's work, whether it's eating healthy, or whether it's some projects you're working on. Treat addiction as one of these, you know, be like, you know what, this thing is ruining my life. It's not making me any healthier, any better. You know, create a project out of it.
100%.
You know, try to plan it out a little bit, find a way how you can go around it, make your life a little better. Look in your life in general. Try to find gaps in what you want to do. How else can you get happiness, you know, in your life, and just go about it that way.
100%.
You know,
100%.
It's not good for you.
No, it's not. It's your journey, and
control your addiction, right?
something else shouldn't influence your journey as well.
No.
And substances and any other form of addiction controls you.
Yeah, don't be stupid. You know, if you're craving something and it's not the right moment, don't have it. If you know you have an important day tomorrow, or just a normal day, you want to wake up early, fresh, just don't be stupid.
100%. You know, you're growing up as a kid, teenager, right? You're waiting till you hit 18 years old, because up until the time you're 18, kind of parents control you, right? Control your movement. And now you hit 18 and you let alcohol control you. No. Control yourself now. Be yourself. If you enjoy a beer, have that beer. If you enjoy even a little smoke, have it, but use your head. And if you're using your head, then as soon as it doesn't affect your life, and you know, like, okay, I've got an important day tomorrow, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Then
I've had a thing in the past. I had a thought where if your mind and your body agrees on a behavior, do it.
Yeah.
But if your body wants something, but your mind doesn't, your soul doesn't, don't do it.
No.
Don't do it, because you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Your body wants to do it.
You're going against yourself. Yeah.
So it's, if you're out with your friends and your body wants a beer, but you also feel like, you know what, I appreciate the moment, I want to be with my friends, have a beer.
100%. Right. Addiction, nice topic. We're going to come back to addiction. I want to make another episode in sometime, you know, about addiction, where we can actually put some stats on there. We can put some more information, maybe some people's stories, you know, anything like that. So we're going to come back to it one day with more knowledge around the topic. Yeah, and we'll see if our opinions change a little bit, actually, you know what I mean? Because every day you meet new people, something might change. But at the moment, I'm against it, but embrace it and just fight with it. Right, lovely. If you talk with like even drug dealers, right? Drug dealers will always tell you like the highest amount of drugs they sell is like private schools.